you will never look at Far East medicine the same again. We all want to get healthy, and do it in a natural way. People in the Far East have the same desires, and they go about in ways we may not understand or believe actually work. In this article, we are going to look at various parts of the Far East and healing and health modalities you might never have heard of from places like Japan, China, India and Tibet, as well as Chicago. Sit back and relax, pour yourself a cup of your favorite beverage, as you are about to enter a world of health and healing you may not believe is possible. But it is all true and documented. When you are done reading this article, you will know where to find the resources to learn how to do the same things yourself. Enter the world of the Far East healing and health. The India strongman, who blended yoga with bodybuilding, what better place to start out exploration of Far Eastern health techniques than in India? Most of you are aware that it is the home of yoga, which most everyone on the planet has heard a little bit about and its benefits for your health. But I bet you never knew it was fused with bodybuilding, as a form of rebellion against the British Empire. In the early 1920s and 30s was a renaissance of sorts throughout Europe and America, where strongmen were giving exhibitions and showing their biceps and pecs for a price. The Iron Man was the hero of the day, and boys were scrambling to snap up copies of pulp magazines that had stories about their favorite strongman. During this time, India was chafing under British rule, and comments made in Parliament about the weakness of the Indian male, and he was enfeebled. To counter this image being foisted onto the Indian people, a man, who called himself Professor K.V.R., studied the bodybuilding techniques of famous strongmen, such as Eugene Sandow and others, and fused it with the spiritual practice and exercises of yoga, to recreate himself into the image of the perfect man. Being a strict vegetarian and studied Vedic literature, this mystical strongman started a cult following with nationalistic overtures. This was to be a slap in the face of the colonial rulers of the time, and the cult following of bodybuilding yoga adepts still exists today in India. Iyer and his followers created a physical culture religion that they called the Yogic School of Physical Culture. Many pictures of the time show Iyer in heroic poses brandishing traditional Indian weapons. He in fact claimed as having a body that the gods covet. The truth of the matter, this was the spark that spread across India, and boys and men of all walks of life began to follow Iyer's example. In America today there are many schools of yoga, but none, as far as I am aware, that follow the regime laid down by Iyer and his followers in the 1920s, and is still prevalent in India today. http://wellnesscoachingforl if muscle cult. So, next time you want to practice yoga, add a twist and follow some of the exercises that change the face of India. Mysterious energy that can heal. We now go to Japan to learn from masters of a secret energy source that can be used for healing. Most people would say Reiki. However, this energy predates Reiki by a few thousand years. It has and is being used by various men in the past and continues today. Yugajin Yasuo, who has been tested, measured as capable of generating electricity and accomplishes healing feats. Who can also smash river stones to dust. Marvin Yoder, an American missionary and Mennonite healer in Tokyo, who runs a unique chiropractic clinic, where laying on of hands is practiced. Koichi Toei, one of the few 10-degree Aikido adepts on earth, who can project his energy into people to get curative results. Kozo Nishino, who teaches thousands how to tap into this energy at will for the health and vitality. Each of these men comes from different walks in life, and yet all of them project energy from their bodies, that has been demonstrated medically, to affect the human body in profound ways that Western science is still at a loss to explain. Today, by following a regime of breathing and special exercises reminiscent of dancing, almost anyone can develop these powers in themselves. Enrolling in an Aikido class in Chicago or above a Japanese import store in Japantown that closed in 2013, you can learn first how to breathe properly, then you learn to move, and finally you learn how to feel energy, and how to direct it to various places in your body. There is no magic involved, simply the disciplined application of mind and body working together, linked by breathing. The Chicago Key Society and the various Aikido schools scattered about Chicago have been teaching this mind-body discipline for over 40 years now in one place or another. The author of Aura-Ki Healing Shojiro Sugiyama taught above Tuggery imports, and it was their demonstrations of using this energy were a once-a-week occurrence. http www.amazon.com Aura-Ki Healing 2002 edition DP0966904842 People are invited to come in off the street and participate at any of the many schools and in these classes, and you can almost immediately feel the energy, and often can perform feats that astonish themselves. The Midwest Aikido Center is also where the techniques of using ki or internal energy are also taught as well, with more of a martial flavoring to it. In Evanston for many years now, students and teachers alike have been practicing how to move in harmony and generate this mysterious internal energy for health, exercise and self-defense at the Chicago Key Society. So if you are ever in the Windy City, stop by and say hello to the folks there, who are happy to show you how you can begin to use this energy for yourself and improve your health and well-being. Masters of Empty Force. Going now to Hong Kong, we find systems that are very similar to those we found in Chicago. Here among the teeming millions are teachers who teach you how to generate internal energy just by standing still. The English translation of this art is called Standing Like a Tree, and its main proponent in the 21st century is a man named Kam Chuan Lam, and he teaches in Hong Kong and abroad the secret system that is at the heart of the Chinese martial arts. In his book The Way of Energy, he introduces us to how ancient Chinese masters developed and harnessed this energy, and now uses it to heal many of the ills facing people today, like cancer, heart disease and stress, three of the major killer of people in the Western world. http www.wellnesscoachingforl Way of Energy, by adopting a posture that links the body with itself and aligns it properly, internal energy flows automatically to where it is lacking. Starting out with just 5 minutes a day, you gradually build up your endurance and cardio health step by step, and at the same time feel your energy levels soar. Mr. Lam has since written 2 other books in the same vein, expanding on this marvelous system of doing nothing to get more energy. There are other masters in Hong Kong as well who teach similar techniques, which they call Empty Force, or some also call it Lingkong Jing or Qigong. http www.powells.com Biblio 9,781,583,941,348. But probably the best series done in the West on this subject is the Warriors of Stillness trilogy by January D. Persloot, which chronicles his experiences with 3 of the masters of the martial arts that deal with internal energy. Kai Song Fang, a Taiji master who teaches in Macau, Hong Kong and California. The other 2 masters, Han Xingyuan Yupenxi of Yiquan. http Warriors of Stillness. No discussion of internal energy would be complete with the mention of one of the most documented of these energy master, Yan Xin. He has written a number of books and is a national treasure of China, who has taught at Harvard and Tsinghua universities. He has met with world leaders and 2 US presidents, Bill Clinton and George Bush. He lectures and teaches about the use of how internal energy medicine will revolutionize how we view health. You can view his books on the internet and find his 9-step Qigong routine at http Fortunicity WS Intro 9-step HTML http www.seribd.com 99,556,370 Yan Xin Qigong http www.seribd.com 101,462,079 Yan Xin Secrets Benefits of Internal Qigong Cultivation http www.seribd.com 78,207,888 Xin Yan et al. External Xin Yan et al. External key of Yan Xin Qigong differentially regulates the UCT and extracellular signal-regulated kinase pathways, and is cytotoxic to chttp www.seribd.com. 163,721,174, 101,936,899 effects of external key of Yanzib Life Science Technology. You need to travel all the way to Hong Kong to learn the secrets of internal energy. You can learn it in the comfort of your own home. Yoga for your fingers? Traveling from Hong Kong back to India are going to look a form of yoga. It only uses your fingers. That's right, the yoga science of mudras is a form of yoga that was once thought lost, but thanks to a Vedic scholar it has been rediscovered, and now is available for you to use today. In the Vedic traditions of Ayurvedic medicine, the fingers have channels that run the length of the arms and throughout the body, which is very similar in fact to the Chinese system of meridians. http www.seribd.com. 140,422,285 Yoga Asana Pranayama Mudra Bandha. In Mudra Yoga, you short these energy conduits together to redirect prana, the Indian term for internal energy, to the channels that are deficient, and this balances your energy system. Akarayak Dev rediscovered these ancient systems during his studies of ancient Vedic texts. http www.mudrasforhealing.com. In his own words taken from his website, mudras can accomplish the following. Mudras can bring about miraculous change and improvement in our body. They also develop virtuosity, social amiability, non-violence, piety and courteous dispositions. Mudras look like miraculous remedies. They provide instant relief in many illnesses. Mudra helps in Kundalini Yoga to awaken the cosmic energy, and to unite consciousness of inner Supreme Soul. Mudras generate powers to provide all-round development of mind and body, which brings peace and happiness. Mudras help in molding the physical, mental and even the moral aspects of the individual. Mudras can cure almost any ailment from simple earache to heart attack. All godly and superhuman persons like Lord Mahavir, Gautama Buddha, Lord Shankaracharya and others used to remain in these mudras. Mudras have extraordinary powers. Practice of mudras brings about a quick and fundamental reversal of the destructive changes in the human body. Some mudras can balance the elements of the body within 45 minutes, while some are fast enough to act within a few seconds. Practice of some of the mudras regularly can cure insomnia, arthritis, improves memory. Mudras are significant and simple yogic function, by which one can develop internal and external dispositions. Detailed descriptions of mudras are found in Tantra Shastra, Upasana Shastra, Nritya Shastra, Art of Sculpture etc. As you can see, this is a pretty big set of claims. However, there are a growing number of people who use this form of yoga to help them and swear by them. Delving a little deeper into the subject, you discover this information is common to China and Japan as well. In the Chinese martial arts, there are over 108 mudras that are practiced by masters who have achieved a high level of proficiency in their respective arts. In Japan, the ninja assassins practice the form called Kujin of the Nine Cuts, which has 9 mudras that focus the mind for superhuman feats. Aikido founder Morihei Shiba practiced Shingon mudra techniques, and some of them were claimed to be the inner secrets of Aikido enlightenment. So the next time you see someone you think is twiddling his or her thumbs, that may not be the case at all. They may be healing themselves or focusing their internal energies. Sounds that do what? Sound can calm the nerves and it can heal as well. The Japanese science of the Kotodama believes that certain sounds convey power and energy. Kotodama means sound spirits, and the man who brought it to American shores was one of the greatest of Morihei Shiba, founder of Aikido's students. Masahiro Nakazono was also a student of George Ohsawa, the founder of the macrobiotics movement. When he came to America, got acupuncture legalized and opened the Kotodama Institute in Santa Fe, which turned out many holistic healers over the years, and others who studied the Kotodama theory, such as Fabian Maman, who founded the Tamadu Academy, which teaches today Tai Chi and a combination of sound and color therapy modalities. In fact, if you look on the internet today, many of the practitioners of the healing arts trace their lineage back to Santa Fe. What is the Kotodama theory? It basically boils down to the belief that sounds can control the elements of the universe, and as such, you can start the wheels into motion for healing or other purposes, much like the Kabbalah of the Hebrew religion. Kotodama is based on the Japanese syllabi and the 75 sounds that make up the Japanese language. These sounds are said to be cosmic shorthand to invoking the gods to do your will in the real world. By following the rules of Kotodama, you evolve to higher level of being and along the way gain supernatural abilities. This follows along with Hindu beliefs about the science of mantras. Nick Yozono always said he didn't want to become a godman, as he put it, and tells a story about the spirit of Shiva coming to him in 1969, and attempted to pass on the power of Aikido to him while he was teaching in France. He rejected that power, and wanted to stay a normal man. Before he finally came to America, he was rated as the most proficient in Aikido in Europe. Shiva put his secrets in what he called Dukkha Teachings of the Way, which is written according to Kotodama theory. John Stevens gathered them together and created a small pocketbook of them called The Art of Peace. http://wellnesscoachingforl Art of Peace. If you want to learn more about Nick Yozono's thoughts on Kotodama, his books are available from www.kotodamabooks.com. Bangkok Taoist Master. Moving to Thailand, we have Mantak Chia, who has been teaching healing there for a goodly number of years with his wife at the Healing Tao Center. Mantak is the author of Veritable Library on the subjects of Taiji, Qigong, Taoist Tantric Yoga and Sexual Alchemy. He teaches a system in a series of 9 steps, and has written books to cover them. Most people, however, recommend you start with Awakening the Healing Energy through the Tao. Of course, if you have the money, it is now a simple flight to Bangkok, where you can attend the classes yourself at the Universal Tao Center or the Tao Garden Spa and Resort. However, many find the books and videos simple enough to follow. In the Awakening the Healing Energy, you are introduced to the concepts of Kai or internal energy, and how to generate it and move it about. You will learn about the various chakras, and how to activate them. You later on will learn to rotate the energy, through what is called the microcosmic orbit, up your spine to the top of your head and then down the front, to meet at the Huiyin point at the perineum and then back up again. You will learn about different ways to breath, and finally you will learn about the large heavenly cycle, where you rotate your energy through your arms and legs as well. Another of the books? How to Cultivate Male Sexual Energy. He uses to teach with, builds upon what you learned in the first book, and you as a man will learn how to cultivate your male sexual energy for better health. This one goes in deep about how to use the energy for health as well as for curing things like impotence, and goes into great detail on exercises to be done alone or with a partner. This book has over 285 pages. The third book is for a woman, and is basically the same book but written for her. Healing Love Through the Tao, Cultivating Female Sexual Energy. This book covers how a woman can develop her microcosmic orbit, and learn to move her energies about. While the two books are similar, many of the issues talked about are defiantly not the same. It is recommended that both books be read to get a full understanding of how the tantric system of yoga works, and how the merging of the two